This is my 5th tax season with H&R Block.
He came down to Miami because he got accepted to the University of Miami.
A friend of the family was an office manager for H&R Block, and she recommended that I take the income tax course. She thought it would be a good way for me to learn about finance and how to manage your own money, and it might be a good job for me.
I was expecting someone much older, and when I first saw him, first thing that came to my mind, I'm like, he's so young.
When I started taking the income tax course, I actually had never even filed my own tax return before, so it was a brand new experience. I didn't know what an IRA was. I didn't know much about 401ks or what the foreign earned income exclusion was. So it took me a while to catch up to speed with the other people in the class. By the time the class finished, I was 18, so I started working for H&R Block my first year when I was 18.
It was kind of like a joke. He's like, well, taxes and you know, doctors kind of go hand in hand, so I'll get to do my own taxes someday when I become a doctor. And we just hit it off from there.
Oftentimes I would get out of school, go straight to the office and work there, maybe do some homework assignments in between appointments.
I guess the mom in me comes out. I just make sure that, you know, school first.
At first, some of my clients are reticent about sitting down with me and letting me do their taxes because I do look younger than I am, and I already am pretty young for a tax professional. So getting them to feel confident with me to sit down and at least give me a shot to do their taxes can be challenging sometimes, but once they sit down with me, I've never had a person walk away because of my inexperience. My parents and my siblings and some of my friends, they send me their taxes, and my extended family. A couple of my clients started telling me about Doogie Howser and asking me if I knew who he was, and of course then I had to go look him up. I just finished my bachelor's. My major was microbiology and immunology. I was on the pre-med track. The next step for me is I have 4 years of medical school ahead of me, and then residency in whatever specialty that I decide to choose, a fellowship if I decide to subspecialize. Some of my clients are actually professors at the university. The parallels between medicine and being a tax professional were something that I had not initially anticipated, and it actually worked out really well because, surprisingly, during my interviews for medical school, I actually spent a good deal of time talking about my experience with H&R Block and how I felt that they were similar in the ability to help people on something so personal like your health or your financial situation.
You know, Thomas has served in our district, not only in his office, but in our district as a whole, as someone that people actually admire and look up to.
The knowledge that I have attained while working here will go with me for the rest of my life.